Actually, I can't even wear this.
Let's rock the tank top.
But I gotta like hold the mic so it looks like a commentary piece. There we go. Finally. Yeah, this guy kind of like, this is a straight up yap video. I have not recovered from the Sonic the Hedgehog video, nor will I think I'll recover for the next 1 month. I do not want to touch Google Docs for a while, so expect a good amount of yap videos from me, okay? So back in 2019, I was really on my manga grind, okay? I was watching all the manga recommendations. I was getting them out, bang, 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 bang. And now I think about it, like a lot of the manga I read back in those days have now become anime. There was a particular manga that got a little bit more popular than the rest, and that manga was JJK. Now, when I read it, I did enjoy it, but I didn't think it was anything too insane. And then the internet got a hold of it and you know, the rest is history. And although I watched season 1, when season 2 came out, part of me just didn't feel like watching it. And not for the reason that, you know, I've already read the manga. I've done this multiple times. I'd read the manga, and if I really enjoyed the manga, I would go to watch the anime. After a lot of introspection and thinking about it, I think I realized the reason why I didn't watch JJK season 2 was because it got too popular. And before you think I'm a pretentious hipster, well, you still could come to that conclusion at the end of this video. Let me explain.
Whatever happens, happens.
I think when you become a video essayist, people just feel like you've read and watched every little piece of media, and I'm just not that person. Just from the top of my head, The Boys watched the first season. The Godzilla movie, haven't even touched. Dune, I have not touched Dune, and I don't plan to. Game of Thrones, I did watch Breaking Bad, but it took me a year to finish. After looking for some video ideas, I was thinking like, why is that? Why do I not watch or finish these shows that I know are good? These pieces of media that I know are top tier in the whole fan base and is really popular among like people in my demographic. Like I feel like I would watch it. Why do I not pick up these shows? Why do I not finish these shows? So after doing some research, I came across this effect called the mere exposure effect. Basically, it's this concept that the more you see something, the more you like something. But after a certain while, it kind of stagnates, and then if you continue seeing that stuff everywhere, it declines. Like, really declines. It gets too much, I just can't watch it. Every time there's a Marvel movie that comes out or a game, it feels like the whole ecosystem around me just can't stop talking about it. I can't go to any space or area in the internet without being bombarded by these things. I hop on Discord and we're talking about it. I go on Twitter and we're talking about it. I go on YouTube and we're talking about it. I can't get away from this thing. So how do you even expect me to still be hyped for this when it's all I ever see? And guys, there's some pieces of media that, you know, just that hit that sweet spot that I've seen it around a few times, and I've ended up choosing out of my own volition to say, you know what, let me go check this out. And a good example is actually Blue Eye Samurai. I didn't remember it really blowing up on social media. I've seen it pop up a few times on my Netflix recommended, and then after I watched Scott Pilgrim, I was like, you know what, let me give it a go. And by God, was I blown away. I had no expectations going in. Now, an example of a show that came around the same time in the same kind of genre was Ninja Kamui. And my God, people were glazing this show. People were saying it was top tier. People, my friends who watched it were saying it was amazing. Different streamers, different content creators were talking about this action piece that was amazing. I was seeing it everywhere. So when the time finally came that, oh, my friends were like, oh, let's watch it on Discord. I'll be honest, I was not the most enthusiastic going in. And then I watched it and it wasn't bad. It was not bad.
They killed my family. Now I'm going to hunt down every last one of them and make them pay. You plan on murdering them all?
I don't see the hype. It looks like a typical revenge story with some really cool fight scenes, but I do not care about this dude at all. And my friend who recommended it, who was saying it was a 10 out of 10, we finished the episode and we paused, and you know that like eerie moment of silence when you know you're cooked. You're the one who recommended something and no one's jumping out of their seat to tell you how good of a job you recommended to him, and he was like, guys, what do you think? And you're like, it's cool. It's cool. Because I'm not a bad person. But then a week later we talk about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. That show was nothing new. And really and truly, if I think about it, maybe I wasn't even able to judge it like properly because I already had this bad connotation going in because I just been spammed about it like the week beforehand. I think another reason why I just become a hater to shows that are just too popular is just like the feeling of being a social reject. When you feel like you're the only one who's not on the train and it's all you see, I genuinely feel like it's a part of our brain that goes, oh, remember those times in school? Remember those times in in college, every single time we had this feeling of becoming like the black sheep, all hell would break loose. I feel like the outcast and everyone else is liking this show. So let's flip it on the switch. And not only are we going to feel like a bit, eerie about this show, we're gonna become some haters, bro. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that will never escape the gaming sphere. People trying to drag people into it. And I'm just like, bro, enough is enough. Okay, stop. It almost feels like I have to defend myself for not hopping into this game or not having played this game already, to the point where anything I say out loud almost sounds like I'm being negative. I have a friend who thinks genuinely Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best story games of all time. And I'm already calling cop like, I already know that's rubbish because I can't speak on the story, but it's a Rockstar game, okay? So the gameplay can't be that amazing. It's an open world game. I am one of those video essayists that's a doomer about like open world games and just how they just don't work. And if Red Dead Redemption 2 is an open world game, best believe it's probably gonna have some of the tropes I'm talking about. So I'm already telling my friend, you know what? I don't think it's all that. So now I look like a hater. You see what I mean? And now he's gonna insult me, so I gotta clap back. And even though I haven't played the game, I'm gonna call him mid. Now I have to fight and defend myself for not having engaged positively or even engaged at all with something that I feel like everybody else has already engaged with. There are shows that I didn't even want to give the light of day because I felt like I was the only one who hopped on the train really, really late. And even now I'm watching you and I'm enjoying you, I still feel like I'm on the outside because I wasn't a founder. And for people who think that founder thing isn't a big deal, is a big deal, okay? The person who they recommend you something, it could be a piece of clothing, it could be a TV show, it could be a game, it could be buying this thing, and now you bought it and you enjoy it. They're like, oh yeah, I'll put you on. Yeah, I'll put you on. Yeah, I'll put you on. Yeah, you were nothing without me. And then you're out with your friends. They're like, yeah, those shoes, I put them on. Those are my shoes. You know what? Give me those shoes back. These are my shoes. It goes back to the monkey brain. I'm telling you. Another reason. Past experiences has taught me when the whole world loves a certain piece of media, especially your friend group, there's a high chance that you might not like it. And I know that sounds like counterintuitive, but again, let's bring it back to my friend. Let's call you out, Mikola. I know you're watching the video. This guy has 2 ratings for a show. It is either top tier or it is rubbish. And the fact that him and many other people only have these 2 switches for rating a show, it's kind of hard to give nuanced takes about things. So now when I go watch a show that he recommends, and it could be good, but it's nothing like he said it wasn't going to blow my mind. Oh my God, this is the best show of all time. Now I'm like, my lasting thought for that show or game or piece of media it's been like Falsified, a show that I would have given like an 8.5 out of 10. I have to give like a 6 because in my head I was going into the expectation that this show was going to blow my mind because everybody was talking about it. But everybody talking about it just doesn't mean that it's something I'm going to connect with personally. Okay, I can call a book a book. I do this too. I have been trying for the past 4 years to get my friend to read Kingdom, and he still has not done it. We even had a promise that I would finish Breaking Bad and he would start Kingdom. Not finish it, start it. This guy texted me a month ago about how he finished Sakamoto Days in like 2 weeks. I blame him, but to be honest, I also blame me because as I was watching Breaking Bad, I was constantly yapping to him, have you read Kingdom? Have you read Kingdom? Have you read Kingdom? And you know, life circumstances might have not allowed him to binge read manga. So then when it's finally time and he has some free time, is he going to choose a manga that he's been seeing inklings about, like, oh, you know, Sakamoto Days, you know, this is a popping manga, I like the art style, let me give it a go? Or is he going to talk about the manga that his friend's been hammering about for 4 years, calling him an outcast, threatening to kick him out of the Discord, threatening him that if he doesn't finish his manga, he's not going on the next group trip? I didn't say I was better than everyone else. I'm just like pointing out the problem that we all have. I think the thing is we've become too connected with each other. And look, I'm gonna try and not become this whole doomer mentality, the internet is killing everybody thing. But be honest, how many times have you looked up a manga, anime, movie on TikTok and now that's all you see? I looked up JJK once on TikTok. Now I know about the... God forbid you just started One Piece. You look it up on TikTok once and Gear 5's been spoiled to you. You know about the Gorosei, you know about this, and that. It's just the fact that the algorithms are so strong that if something is getting pushed enough, the second you show any interest into it, you're sucked in. And Like I said, not even the official channels are spamming the trailers in your face. It's people just making content out of it. And the over contentification of every piece of media that we love is also an issue. I'm a fraud. I'm trying to do this for a living. So I can't just say, oh, you guys don't do it, I'm allowed to do it. But there is something to be said that it's like nobody enjoys reading manga or watching movies as a hobby anymore. At least they don't do it like they used to. It feels like everybody that posts something on social media about some piece of media, they're doing it because they're in hopes of making some kind of career out of it. And if you're trying to make a career out of it, come on, let's be honest, you're going to be posting regularly, you're going to be boosting the algorithm and adding to that deep like cesspool of that fandom. And now the pit is even bigger for the next person who tries to dip their toes into the pool. Like, you get what I'm saying? I was on YouTube one time and the anime man came up and he was talking about how he just doesn't make anime videos anymore. And like his chat was like, oh, Joey, you don't make anime videos anymore. Does that mean you don't watch anime? And he was like, bro, I'm just done making content about anime. I'm tired, bro. It doesn't mean I don't watch anime, but it's like I've made so many videos, I've done this for so long that like I'm just tired, bro. And I know that, you know, it's not on the exact lines of the whole video I'm talking about, but it's still in the sense that, bro, he's seen and watched so much stuff that the idea that making content over it is just kind of like boring his eyes over. And if you watch the anime man back then, that guy was hitting the same nail every single time he hit upload. All right. Going back to what I said initially, am I a little pretentious in allowing the internet to control my feelings about something? 100%. If Sneaker was here, he'd call me a bot. I am no better than you. You are no better than me. We're all a bunch of people that consume too much content for our brains to actually be able to handle. And it kind of ruins a lot of the stuff that we like, or we could like. We're just trying to share that piece of joy or happiness that we felt watching a piece of media with other people. It just so happens millions and millions and millions of people are doing that too. And our brains are just not wired to hear these opinions over and over again and objectively still look at that piece of media, ignoring all the stuff we just heard about it. Okay. And it's funny because despite knowing all this and having this introspection about how we should handle these things and how it's like getting worse and worse and all these different reasons as to why it happens, I'm still gonna recommend all of this to everyone I know. I'm not stopping. It's way easier to add to the problem than solve it. So expect videos about these very soon. And to the guys on Discord that I love and cherish very much, I think it's that weekly time to finally tell you to start reading One Piece, okay?